I got a little bit of good news for all of those out there that like Snow White, but really didn't like this whole like woke edition of the film that Disney was intending to put out. Apparently still is intending to put out. You know, there's been talk about whether or not the actress is really going to make it, in part because she said some kind of crazy things.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
But first, just a little glimpse of what's to come. Here we go.
Once upon a time.
Okay, we got more on that. I'm going to play you the whole thing, but let me just back up for a second, because this is a new version of Snow White that's coming out from the folks behind Daily Wire. You know, Ben Shapiro. The actress is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful YouTuber named Brett Cooper. If you don't know who she is, you totally need to go and find out who she is and start watching her. Anyway, they decided to make this production, this major film, in part because, well, you know, some of the classics, shall we say, have gotten a tad destroyed as of late and are about to be destroyed even further. Take a look. This is this woman, Rachel Zegler, who was going to play, I guess is going to play Snow White in the Disney version. She just doesn't like Snow White so much. I mean, I don't know how you can play a character when you really don't like the film and you don't even like Snow White herself.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince, or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because like we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Oh, what a gal, what a gal. So, you know, love doesn't matter because what's love, right? Like, why not climb the corporate ladder and, you know, just be greedy about getting your next gig as opposed to maybe thinking about falling in love, which is kind of sort of meaningful, right? Like, isn't that why we're here? Isn't that part of why we're supposed to be here on Earth? And by the way, isn't that part of procreation? Just saying. Anyway, Rachel Zegler has had a series of mishaps. It's like one after another. And the film as a whole has had a series of mishaps. She not only said that, she said some other things about really, you know, Snow White needs to be a leader. She needs to fulfill her father's dreams for her. Let me just say, like, listen, if you can marry the right person, if you can get that right, you are so much further along, because having that part of your life settled, having love in your life, like that's the be all end all. I'm sorry. Like, what's wrong with growing up as a little girl and thinking, I want to marry Prince Charming. Like, I want a man who will love me and appreciate me and take care of me and put me on a pedestal. I mean, you can be as independent as you want or as not independent as you want. That's really what women should be allowed to do. But no. The Rachels of the world, they don't want you to fall in love because somehow that's seen as weak. I mean, and then on top of it, you get the whole dwarf thing going on. It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but, well, can't be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because apparently Disney did a whole bunch of research and there was like no easy way to deal with the whole short stature thing. So they decided to have like 6 tall people and 1 dwarf instead. So now the dwarf community is really, really mad. Anyway, Rachel's been filming. We think she's going to make it, but a lot of people are just so over this actress, which is why it is really and truly delightful to see someone new, a fresh face. If you don't know her, her name is Brett Cooper. And let's take a look here at this wonderful new promo that has just been released by Bentkey Productions. It's an arm of the Daily Wire. Take a peek.
Once upon a time, a time a prince would come. Once upon a time, but now that time is gone.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I love the music, by the way. And are the lyrics not rather fitting? I mean, think about it. Once upon a time, a prince would come, but now that time is gone. There's like some deep significance in that, isn't there? And by the way, that significance is not lost on the actress herself, Brett Cooper. Anyway, she totally gets what's going on. Take a look at this clip of her with another YouTuber, Awaken with JP. This is actually just priceless. And it makes a whole lot of sense on a whole lot of levels. And it's just fun to watch. Check it out.
Who are you?
I'm Brett.
Why are you dressed like that?
I'm a 50s housewife.
You poor oppressed thing. That's disgusting.
Are you a lady of the night?
I'm a modern woman. Welcome to 2023, girlfriend. But before we go any further, what are your preferred pronouns?
My preferred piece of sentence structure?
Yeah, are you a she, her, they, them, her, them, Zer, they, them, us, we them, we, us, them, they are, we, them, we, us, cat, sell, go, sell.
Enough! My name is Brett, and my kids call me Mom, and my husband calls me Sweetie sometimes.
I'm literally gonna throw up. I am totally offended that you would live your life in a way that contradicts my paradigm.
Where is your family? And what room are we in? I've never seen a stove so close to the bed.
This is my studio apartment, and it costs more than your husband makes in 3 years.
That's not a good thing.
Cis heteronormative sister, I feel sorry for you. Your white picket fence is not only racist, it's your prison. Here you live in a spacious 300 square foot apartment with city views. Look at that stunning view.
You know, it's a little cramped in here. Do you think we could open up a window?
Sorry, the windows don't open.
Could I use the bathroom?
This is the bathroom. It's really cool. You just do your business inside and then flip it back over, and it's the dining room table again.
Isn't that gross?
Huh. I guess I never really thought of that. It does just go all over the place.
I'll just hold it. But really, where's your family?
Women my age don't have families. We're busy climbing the corporate ladder. And sure, I'm over $100,000 in debt. I've been mugged at gunpoint 3 times. I can't afford a car or meet a decent guy who doesn't send me a dick pic by the 3rd text.
What's a dick pic? Men send that to you?
Yeah, whether I ask for them or not. I usually do, though.
Do you sleep with all these men?
Of course I do. They're my customers. Aside from my amazing corporate job, which I hate, by the way, I have a pretty popular OnlyFans account.
What's OnlyFans?
That's where I post videos of myself naked and doing sexual acts for men.
You get the picture. You get the picture. I encourage you to go check out the whole thing on her page. But in other words, this is an actress who the left, by the way, is going to want to smear and say she's like extremely conservative. I'm sorry. Wait, now you're extremely conservative because you actually want to get married and have kids and maybe have a career too. I mean, this is bonkers, right? You're extremely conservative because, I don't know, like you think that biologically born women should be swimming in the same lane of the swimming pool with other biologically born women. And by the way, I don't even think Brett gets into that stuff. It's like very much pop culture. She kind of has an interesting take on relationships and lots of fun stuff. It's not even into politics. But of course, the left is going to want to come out to get her because this is the chosen one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the chosen one who reminds me more of Awaken with JP than Brett.
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, anyway, I can't watch any more of her. But the point is, the good news is there's something new on the way. Something you can take your kids to. Something I will take my kids to. Starring Brett Cooper. I want some good old-fashioned entertainment that embraces values that as a society we ought to embrace. And we're going to get it very soon with the new Snow White, not the woke one.
Once upon a time, in time a prince would come. Once upon a time, but now
Beautifully shot.
that time is gone.
Thumbs up. I already know I'm going to love it. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell so you know when I'm here, and we'll talk some more.